Hi, I'm Talicza.
And I'm Rachael, and this is Transatlantic Crime, a true crime podcast that covers stories from each side of the pond. Every week, we will both cover a separate story with a running theme.
Disclaimer, this podcast will contain swearing and details that some people may find offensive. If you are of a sensitive disposition, listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Transatlantic Crime.
Crime. So close. Hello, testing. Yeah, I'm all good.
Okay, hi Talicza. Good morning, good evening.
Good evening. Hi, Rach. Good morning to you.
Do you have any updates?
Updates. I started watching a program called Outcry.
Oh.
On Now TV if you're in the UK, but I think it's like ABC Showtime if you're in the US, and it's about a guy who is like a football player, like a like Friday Night Lights football player. So he's like 17 or whatever, but destined to like be famous, and he gets accused of sexually abusing like a 4-year-old that was in a woman who he was staying with's daycare, and it basically like split the town in half. Like half of them believe him and half of them don't. And yeah, it's a really fucking complicated one. It's kind of like reminds me all about the satanic panic stuff, like when
really?
Yeah, because they kind of like the police like ask quite leading questions to like a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And you're just like 4-year-olds kind of like, obviously I'm not victim blaming or like trying to discount what they've said as a victim of abuse, but 4-year-olds will say a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, like really interesting.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. What about you? What's going on your end?
We're in a heat wave in LA, so just trying to stay indoors.
Yeah, it's clammy as fuck here.
Yeah.
Like I'm sweating already, obviously. Left last week sweating, arrived this week sweating. If you want an update, it always begins with me sweating. So there's your little weather update.
Yeah. Across the board, across the country weather update. Beep, 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 beep.
Mate, that's how fucking interesting lockdown has become. Pure weather updates.
Yeah. And true crime.
God, I'm bored. Right. Okay. So this week, catfish stories, right?
Yeah. I'm excited to hear yours.
I am excited to hear yours also. I love a good catfish story. I love the MTV series.
Yeah.
Like, I love the film, like the original film.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I don't think so, no.
So, the series started because the guy was catfished.
Right.
And he made a film about it.
Right.
And then it got picked up as a series.
Yeah.
So the guy who got catfished in the first place then started helping other people find their like catfishes and stuff.
Yeah.
But then he got kind of embroiled in a sexual assault scandal, and so I don't really know what's happened with that, but that's not great. So can everyone just keep it in their fucking pants?
Yeah, I think he was part of all the Me Too stuff coming out. He was a part of that.
For the love of God. But yeah, I just love how far people go. And you think, like, I like to think, because recently somebody who I used to know, who was my old boss, got back in contact. But they had a really sort of weird partner, and I thought maybe it's the partner contacting me rather than them.
Right.
Because I just couldn't remember like how they spoke or what they spoke like and stuff. So when they messaged me, I was like, is that them? And I kind of have a niggling doubt in my head, and I guess I'm never going to find out. But like, have you ever had that?
Yeah, I got an email once from someone that I worked with a long time ago, and it was but it was totally a scam. But it was like, oh, I feel really bad that this is her, because she is a really lovely person. But the email was like, I'm stuck in Mexico and I need your help, and please send me money or something like that. And it was like, obviously,
mate, I've sent you an email like that.
I know.
Give me money now, I'm sick.
I'm in a country, I don't know what's going on, please send me money. But it was like, I haven't spoken to this person in 5 years. Also, she wouldn't contact me. She would contact her daughter or people closest to her, you know?
To get the money?
Yeah.
Like, is that the scam? Yeah, that's got Nigerian prince written all over it, hasn't it?
Right. But it was just like, I did have a split second where I was like, oh my gosh, what if she's not okay?
Yeah, but come on.
Yeah.
Like, that's not your responsibility at all.
Right.
And yeah, so I'm always shocked by like people that ignore their gut instinct. But I guess, well, my story this week, they're really young. So that is basically how you can excuse it. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's get into it.
Okay, so this is the story of Gemma Barker. You're not going to know it, but this is fucking crackers.
Okay.
All right, so strap in.
So is mine.
Oh, I love it. Do you know what? This is my conspiracy theories.
Okay, great.
I love a catfish story. Absolutely
Awesome.
love it. Okay. Jessica lives with her grandmother Mary in the sleepy home counties town of Weybridge in Surrey.
Okay.
Which is south of England. She was just a normal 16-year-old. She just went to school, and at the time she was revising for her exams and going out with her friends and just doing things like that. And I don't know why, but basically the grandmother Mary started looking after Jessica when she was 14 and a half. And she said they had their normal amount of arguing, but on the whole, they got on really well. I can't find out like what happened with Jessica's mum and or dad that she had to move in with her grandma, but something's happened, which again could explain why this story goes on.
Yeah.
So when she was 15, Jessica was best friends with a girl called Alice, and they met when Jessica changed schools in year 10. So again, you don't find out why she changed schools. They then became good friends with Gemma Barker, but she was 2 years older than them, and she was 17. So she was 17. Alice was always friends with Gemma and introduced Jess to her. She could drive, Gemma could drive, which made her a really appealing friend.
Definitely.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there. Mary, the grandmother, told Jess that she thought Gemma was too old for the girls, but Gemma just argued that they were friends and nothing awry was happening. So, this will take you back. Do you remember when everyone used to chat on MSN?
Yes.
Well, that's what they're doing here.
Can you remember your MSN name?
I think it was Tiz17.
Okay.
And I was not 17. I was obviously I was fucking jailbaiting it up on MSN, obviously. I think that was it. But the thing is, because my name is Talicza, on Instagram, my name is Talicza. I don't need to have anything else.
Right.
Because there's no one else called Talicza.
Yeah.
So it might have just been Talicza. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But it usually has a bunch of fucking butterflies and shit after it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah. _ heart.
Mine was Special Freckles.
Oh, you.
So
you
like
are
14 years old. Like
you are a special freckle. That's what you are. So they were chatting on MSN, as you do. One day, a boy called Aaron Lampard started talking to Alice and said that he was from Epsom, which is just a little while away from Surrey, like not far at all.
Mm-hmm.
They continued talking for a couple of months, and Aaron was always really complimentary, telling Alice how pretty she was, and his Facebook page showed a fit and active young man. He was mutual friends with Gemma on Facebook. So sorry, I know there's a lot of names going on here, so if you get confused, just pull me up.
Okay.
I'm happy to go over
Alice
it again.
is the main person, and then
So,
the older girl is
Gemma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jess is the one who lives with her grandma and started the school.
Oh, okay.
So she started at a new school.
Yeah.
And she made friends with Alice, and then Alice introduced her to Gemma, who's
Gotcha.
older and has a car.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So Alice, the one who was already at the school, has started talking to Aaron Lampard on MSN and Facebook.
Okay.
And then on Facebook, she notices that he's mutual friends with Gemma. So she asked Gemma, how she knows Aaron. Fucking hell, I'm not making it easy for myself, am I? Fuck's sake. Don't let it get into your head, Talicza. You can tell this story.
You got this.
I got this. So Gemma told Alice she knew Aaron and that she was dating his older brother.
Okay.
And that she went round his house all the time. So basically she's saying, I'm really good mates with him. So, and again, this happens a lot when you're a teenager. Alice began an online relationship with Aaron and was trying to get him to meet up. Mm-hmm. But he really wasn't keen. This is like every episode of Catfish ever.
Yeah.
So Alice explained that if she didn't meet him, then there wasn't much point in doing this anymore, and kind of threatened to break it off. So he finally agreed to meet her, and he said that he'd get a taxi to the park near her house and text her when he was there. So they met at this park for the first time, and he wore dark baggy clothes, and he walked over, and she thought he was quite manly and fancied him. And then it wasn't until a couple of weeks later that he asked Alice to be his girlfriend. So they are boyfriend and girlfriend. So Alice decides to introduce her new boyfriend to her best friend Gemma and say like, oh, so I'm going out with your boyfriend's brother. And they also start chatting on MSN, and Jess and Aaron also start chatting on MSN. So she's introduced her boyfriend to all two of the girls.
Yeah.
They would tell Alice all the nice things that Aaron was saying about her, like how pretty she was, how in love with her he was. And then Aaron and Jess became really good friends as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Aaron was about 5'7" or 5'8" with dark brown hair, and he always smelled of nice men's cologne. And he always wore a beanie hat with pom-pom on the top and tassels down the side. So you know that those like hunter like hats, like bear hunter hats or whatever. But he refused to take it off. And Alice thought that was a little bit weird, but she didn't push him because she thought he might have like alopecia or something.
Right.
So she was like, okay, I won't like make you take it off. So as we know at this point, Gemma is dating Aaron's older brother.
Right.
And again, reiterated how much Aaron was in love with Alice, and also told her that Aaron had a lot of tragedy in his family. So she said one of his brothers died when he was younger by drowning, and another one of his brothers had leukemia.
Okay.
So not a lot of luck in this family.
No.
So this was when Jessica lives with her nan, Mary.
Yep.
Jessica met a boy online as well, and he was called Luke Jones, and he was a friend of Aaron, Alice's boyfriend, and Aaron said that Luke and her would really get on. So he was like, I'm going to set you two up. Yeah. So he gave him Jessica's MSN address, MSN Addy, and they added each other and started chatting. So he'd send really flirty messages telling her that she was pretty, and then they started meeting up. And they would also, because when you're that age, you always sit in a park, don't you? Because you've just got no fucking where else to go.
Or if you're in America, you're at the mall.
Are you? Is that the... Okay, yeah, there's like the shopping mall here is the shittest thing in the world. So, and plus like your mum would be there.
Right.
So, yeah, you just go to the park. So they're in the park and they just meet up and they basically just hug and talk and kiss, have a bit of a snog on a bench. And he was a really sporty person, and he would wear he was a bit chavvy, sort of wore like tracksuits and spiked up hair, and always wore a baseball cap.
Okay.
So
lots of hats in this story.
Yeah, trust me, it's important. So at this point, neither of the girls were seeing much of Gemma. And she told Jess and Alice that she had a full-time job now because she's like 18 now.
Yeah.
And they weren't too fussed because they had a new boyfriend. So they were like, well, whatever. So the truth was Gemma hadn't got a job. She was actually attending college to become a policewoman.
Oh.
So her college friends reported that she would tell them that her dad was in MI5.
Okay.
And so she had all the money she needed and didn't really need to go to college. And they reported that she'd do really strange things, like she wanted a new car, so she threatened to kill herself a couple of times if she didn't get one, and her mum got her a brand new car.
Whoa.
So she is troubled.
Yeah.
So anyway, meanwhile, Luke and Jessica, so they're starting to get a bit more serious. And this was Jessica's first boyfriend, so she wasn't really comfortable doing more than just kissing. But Luke would put his hands down Jessica's skirt or trousers and try and touch her. And she would say, no, get off me, but he wouldn't. Mm-hmm. And it got to New Year and Jessica went away with her family. But while she was away, Luke revealed to her that he had gotten off with, which is like a saying, like an English saying.
Yeah.
Which just means like he had cheated on her. He had gotten off with another one of their friends. Because she'd been cheated on, Jess was heartbroken and updated her Facebook status, this is amazing, calling them dickheads. Again, this is just a fucking real walk down memory lane.
Yeah.
So anyway, Jessica's absolutely heartbroken. And then a new boy called Connor adds Jessica on MSN, saying that he knew Luke and he was really sorry about what happened. And he said Jessica was so lovely and she didn't deserve that at all. and they got really close, and eventually they started a relationship. And she had only ever seen him on Facebook, but she was really into Justin Bieber. And he had Justin Bieber style hair.
Okay.
Which she was like really into. And he also told her that his dad worked for Simon Cowell and he could get her tickets for a Justin Bieber concert. So she was like, fuck yes, I'm your girlfriend forever.
Just for those reasons, I don't care what you look like other than your hair.
Hair and tickets.
Yeah.
Hair and tickets. Where's my ring? Dum dum de dum. So they eventually meet up. So remember, she got cheated on at New Year. So they eventually meet up on the 26th of January. They meet just outside her house in a park near a certain tree that they always meet up by.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is going to shock you, Rachel, but Connor always wore a beanie with a hoodie pulled over it.
Of course.
He said he did have alopecia and wasn't very confident, so he didn't want to take it off.
Okay.
Jessica didn't care, though, because he was a nice boy and he would always text and phone her. Isn't that what we all want?
Yeah.
Just a nice boy that just texts you back, gives you a ring.
Yeah. Just say nice things to me and don't be mean and...
Call me and text me and wear your hair nice. To be honest, I'm willing to give up the Bieber tickets if you're just not a cunt.
Yeah.
That's a quote. Yeah, her grandma said that she was like absolutely besotted with him. He gave her a gold necklace and asked her to be his girlfriend.
Oh.
Lovely. But one thing that he did that was strange was he would never speak. He would always text her, even in person. He never spoke and he never showed his face. What the fuck are you doing?
So wait, so he was wearing a hat and a hoodie.
And swiped over like hair, like really over his face.
Okay.
And it said that he didn't like his voice or something, so he would just literally write down on a phone, like, will you be my girlfriend? And like show it to her.
I mean, that's kind of cute, but it's like...
It's like what?
It's
like worse than dating Stephen Hawking, because you're not even getting any like reply. Like, it's ridiculous.
I understand if she's probably making up a lot of excuses, like, oh, he's just really shy and he's really self-conscious about his voice, and like, I'm sure that's what's happening. But also, because this is true crime, I just have an impending sense of doom for every time you mention a guy with a hat.
And you should. Rightly so. Also, she's moved to her grandma's. We don't know why. Probably for a fucking horrible reason. Mm-hmm. She's moved to a new school. She's made friends with somebody that's older than her. Then a really nice boy, she thinks, goes out with her. Then he cheats on her. Then another really nice boy comes along. Mm-hmm. And she's got all this going on.
Yeah.
So... you know, as much as I think she is a bit of a fucking moron, I am like, well, you had a lot going on.
Yeah.
And, like, when you're 15, you just got your head rammed directly up your asshole.
Yep.
So to understand the wider context, like, of the situation that you're in, you just don't want to hear it.
There's no wider context to it.
There is no wider context. It's Justin Bieber tickets, hair, and a gold necklace that he gave her that she can show her mates,
and
basically.
Nice words.
And she updated her Facebook status about how much she loved him.
Oh.
That is all you want. All you want is to go, can I update my Facebook status saying that we're going out?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Can I tell everyone I have a boyfriend?
Yes. Can I tell everyone that I have a boyfriend and that he got me Justin Bieber tickets? So that's exactly what she's doing. But her friends were sceptical. And they were sceptical for a few reasons. All three boys had met Alice and Jess on MSN and Facebook, and obviously their friends had a little scout around Facebook, as you do. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, I was at my mum's and my mum mentioned somebody and just goes, oh, do you remember them? And I was like, yeah. She goes, are you friends with them on Facebook? It's like a relative's ex-husband. Okay. And I was like, I don't know if I'm friends with them on Facebook, because I basically deleted the app because I kept going on it and getting fucking rage over like Brexit statuses. Yeah. So I had to stop. Yeah. But I was like, I don't know. And then Carly, so me and Carly were sleeping in bunk beds. Don't ask why. But like, and from above me, I just heard, found him. Do you know what I mean? Like, give a girl a name,
Yep.
a first name,
Yeah.
and a description, and they will fucking find someone on Facebook. They will hunt that motherfucker down.
That's
like
that's
they
totally
have been paid.
Me, like, to a T. I will do that. Give me anyone. Like, if you tell me, like, oh, I met this person and they're dating this person, all I need is their name, and I can find them on Instagram. I will.
I need
find
their
them.
name, brief description. Not even that.
No.
Location.
Yeah.
Vague
Location.
location.
Maybe something that they do, because then I can confirm it in the pictures.
I don't want to give you false info. Yeah, so the girls who were also friends with these girls had a good old look through Facebook.
Okay.
And they were like,
good friends.
They've only got, yeah, they are good friends. Well, girls are like that, aren't they? They'll have a fucking good old fish around.
Yeah.
So they only had photos on their Facebooks that were a year old at most.
Okay.
And they'd added lots of people at the same time. And they all lived in a place called St. George Hill.
Okay.
Which was a gated community that was reserved for the mega wealthy or rich and famous.
Okay.
Footballers lived there, as well as Cliff Richard.
Okay.
Is Cliff Richard famous in America?
No, I know who he is.
Oh,
but...
good, because I swear to God, he is going to be the next Jimmy Savile. Like, when he dies, and I mean, I could probably get sued for this. I mean, he's still alive. It's definitely libel. But he is a paedophile.
He's just creepy.
Like, never been married. You turned the Lord's Prayer into a song. Fucking creepazoid. You're not Elvis. You don't look like Elvis. You bang on about God all the time. It's just like, you mark my words, Rachel. When he dies, they're going to unearth some sort of fucking sex dungeon in his house.
Okay, I'll cut that out, and then when he dies, then I'll come back to it.
Fucking leave it in, I don't care.
I don't want you to get sued.
You think Cliff Richard is going to listen to this podcast? Or any one of his friends?
Or fans.
Or fans, yeah. Very much not. Oh no, this could be another Kennedy thing again, couldn't it?
Yeah.
We'll get loads of abuse off Cliff Richard fans. Oh, fuck them. Right, so Jessica and Alice wanted to meet their boyfriends and hang out together one night. So their boyfriends are Aaron and Connor. Mm-hmm. So they sat outside George Hill Gate, of this, really expensive gated community, and they text them both, and they both said they were coming, but then they just never showed up.
Okay.
And they waited until 4 a.m.
Aww.
But I've done stuff like that, because when you're a kid at the weekend, like, you'll say you're staying at each other's houses and you're not, and then you just stay out all night.
Right.
Like, I've done that before. On another occasion, Jessica plucked up the courage to knock on the door at the George Hill place, and no one answered. But then after a few times of knocking, a maid answered and said she'd never heard of Connor and he didn't live there. Connor defended this story by saying that's what his parents had instructed them to say for security reasons.
Oh my gosh, that's such bullshit.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Alice and her boyfriend Aaron had taken the next step in their relationship, and they decided they were going to do it.
Okay.
They were going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So they had the lights off and most of their clothes on. They had sex for the first time, and it went as well as could be expected, basically.
Okay.
Alice is on the documentary, but I don't think Alice is her real name. Her face is blacked out, and she's just, like, wants to be anonymous, which is fucking fair enough.
Yeah. Also, when was this? Like, what year?
2010.
Okay, so 10 years later, so they're in their mid-20s now. Okay.
Yeah, and Jessica is on the documentary, and she's really funny, but I don't know if she's, like, all there. Okay. I don't know if she's very street smart, because and I don't think it's fair to make a documentary like that. I don't think it's, like, ethically right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think she understands the consequences of going on that when you're 15. Right. That's never going to leave you. That's always going to be on the internet. Like, so yeah, but I guess she's not, like, ashamed of anything. She's just like, well, not my fault. So, but anyway, then in May 2010, Aaron was in Alice's brother's room playing Lego with him, so just playing with her little brother, and he asked Alice to find his keys for him and said that they were on the side. They weren't, so Alice went into Aaron's bag and found, what do you think she found?
I have no idea. A gun? I don't know.
No, she found a pink dildo.
Oh. Okay.
So she was completely freaked out.
Uh-huh.
Aaron walked in and saw Alice's face and said he only used it once, and he used it to have sex with her, basically.
Okay.
So she is fucking not happy.
Yeah. Also, that's your first time. That sucks.
And then she was like, I don't know if I am a virgin. I don't know if I'm not. And it's just fucking consent all over the shop, not happening. So she's really upset and like basically doesn't know if she wants to be with Aaron anymore. Mm-hmm. And then on May the 9th, Connor's nan passed away. So he asked if he could stay over at Jessica's house. Jessica's 16 at this point. Oh my God, this is the best thing ever. So Jessica's nan is in the documentary. She is fucking hilarious. So she goes, I said, he can stay over on one condition. You keep your hand on your halfpenny and he keeps his pecker in his pants and I'll allow it.
If I were grandma, I want to be like that grandma.
Oh my God, I will be that grandma. Keep your hand on your ape. My stepdad says that all the time, keep your hand on your halfpenny. But even to boys, and it's obviously a halfpenny is like short for a halfpenny, which is just a type of coin that used to be in circulation in England.
I've never heard that phrase before. That's
amazing.
Tuppence.
You ever heard a fanny called a tuppence?
No.
Yeah, you say, oh, I don't know, like wipe your tuppence or whatever. And then obviously they say keep your hand on your halfpenny.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but it's really good. I wish I used it more. Anyway, he's staying over and they're hugging, kissing in bed, and Connor took Jessica's pyjama bottoms and pants off and started performing oral sex on her. And Jessica said, no, stop it. My nan's in the next room. Mm-hmm. But he didn't. And then he was getting aggressive and holding Jessica down and causing her pain. So she tried to back away and then she felt something being inserted into her. And then she really started to panic. But then this is when Jessica's phone rang and it was Alice. And she was really upset and told Jessica about Aaron. This was when... Ugh, fucking so weird. This is when Connor wrote on his phone. This just gets weirder and weirder.
He's still doing that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Aaron has been this is what he wrote. Aaron has been in a car accident. Tell Alice Aaron has been in a car accident. He's gone through the windscreen and he is on a life support machine. So Jessica told Alice that and she was hysterical. Okay.
Yeah.
So fucking nuts. So at this point, they all just tried to go to sleep, but Jessica couldn't sleep. So she felt the urge to take a good look at Connor's face because she thought, I'd never get to see him properly.
Yeah.
And she recognised him as Aaron. So, you know...
Yes.
The person who's meant to be in a car crash.
Yes.
So she's really confused and she's like, how could I have been sexually assaulted by Aaron when he's supposed to be in hospital? So she just kept it to herself, got dressed in the morning and just told Connor to get the fuck out of her house, basically. So from that moment on, Connor disappeared and never spoke to Jessica again, just completely ghosted her.
Okay.
So...
This is causing me anxiety.
I know. When I was watching it, I was like, shitting hell, what else are you going to do? The next day, however, Alice's parents picked her up from school and Aaron was in the car. And he told her, so he told her he had been in a car crash, but he just had whiplash and other than that, he was okay. So the same day, Jessica got in contact with Alice and said, I don't know how to tell you this, but it was Aaron, your boyfriend, pretending to be Connor and he sexually assaulted me.
Okay.
So Jessica went to the police and told them that Aaron had sexually assaulted her. So the police went and found Aaron at Alice's house and they took him in for questioning. Okay. This says in a bizarre twist, like there haven't been 1,000.
Yeah, so... what more could happen?
Or did they fucking explode? In a bizarre twist, Luke, Jessica's boyfriend that cheated on her and confessed via Facebook.
Yep.
He went on Facebook and said it was... Sorry, I know this is confusing, but he said, Connor doesn't exist. That was me.
Okay.
That was Luke dressed up as somebody else.
Okay.
And so anyway, that happened.
Yeah.
And then Aaron gave the police a fake address. So the police say to Alice, say that you're going to meet him and we'll ambush him because we don't know where he is. So like he's given us a fake address. We can't go and find him.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what happened. She met up with him and the police arrested Aaron. At the police station, Aaron was strip searched and the hat was removed.
Okay.
It was
What's
then
under
revealed.
The hat?
It was then revealed. The person, this is like the Catfish reveal. The person who had been impersonating 3 boys was actually the girl's old friend, Gemma.
I knew it.
Yeah, she'd been in relationships with the two girls from approximately November 2009 to May 2010.
How the hell did she not be recognized?
Well, this is what every single fucking person says in the comments on the YouTube documentary.
Yeah.
So, however, at the police station, Gemma wouldn't stop lying and claimed that she had been assaulted by Luke Jones, who doesn't exist, who is her,
Yeah.
and said that he'd punched her in the face, broken her jaw, and she had submitted a claim to an injury firm. That injury firm consequently charged her with fraud. Because obviously none of this happened.
Because none of those people exist.
She actually called an injury firm and was like, hello, I've been in someone attacked me and broke my jaw. Never happened. So she admitted to that in court. It was later revealed, so this is in court now, it was later revealed that when Gemma was being herself, she would talk to the girls about their ideal boys and then act exactly like that.
Okay.
So that's why they all had really different personalities and like dressed different, and one of them like Justin Bieber and one of them was sporty, and
this
blah,
sounds
blah, blah.
so complicated for one person to do. This is too much to keep track of.
Dude, I think that about people who have normal lives sometimes.
Yeah.
Let alone making this shit up. So
I can't keep track of my own life. Like
fucking hell, no, my life's a mess. Like, I've only just got my luggage back from France because Vince had it, and I've just unpacked it all, and I was like, wow, I forgot I had these clothes. Like,
I do that all the time too.
Like, what the hell? So the defense tried to say that Gemma was insecure and that she was scared that she would lose the girls as friends if she just was herself. So to this day, nobody knows if Gemma is actually gay or straight or bisexual or any of the other things on a spectrum you could be. And then a gay friend of hers in the documentary said she could have told me and none of the friend group would have minded if she was gay. Like, they've got gay people in the group.
Yeah.
So it's not like she didn't want to come out as gay. Well, I suppose it could be, but it's not like she wouldn't have been accepted.
Right.
At Guildford Crown Court on the 5th of March 2012, Judge Peter Moss sentenced Barker to 30 months in prison after she pleaded guilty to 2 counts of sexual assault to be served concurrently with 3 months for the fraud. She underwent a psychiatric evaluation and was diagnosed with autism, a borderline learning disability, and ADHD.
I would have thought she would have had like multiple personality disorder or something.
If anything. But for somebody with a borderline learning disability, she has fucking kept a lot of plates juggled. But then I think autism, like, I don't know, with autism you can remember a lot of details sometimes. I don't know, like...
Yeah.
Oh, God. So the judge said Gemma was deceptive and deceitful and had planned the offences. Well, fuck yeah. Lot of planning. I'd need some sort of diary. I'd need like a wall planner.
Yeah.
He said nothing that you have ever said to any expert or the police sheds any light on or provides any understanding of your motivation for these offences. And he told her, nor have I nor anyone else seen any flicker of remorse from you for what you have done. She is now out on licence. So she's a free lady.
I wonder, so she must have changed her name or lives in a different town or something.
I mean, I would have fucking moved if that were me.
Yeah.
I would have got out of Dodge.
Okay. So, is that the story?
Yeah, I'm done.
That's
awesome. You'd think next thing they fucking grew wings and flew off a cliff.
I thought someone was going to die. I thought someone was going to die.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised no one did. Because if you're capable of all of that shit, like, I wouldn't be shocked if she was poisoning people, but
right,
no.
Right.
Everyone's alive and well.
Okay, I'm glad, because mine isn't as happy as that.
Okay. If there wasn't a murder, we'd lose our bloody fan base, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Who
would we be? We'd just be transatlantic.
Transatlantic chat.
Weather updates.
Story. Yeah, mostly weather updates this episode. All
right.
Tell me what happens.
The Facebook murders.
Oh,
have you heard of it?
I think well, I mean,
I think there's been several, but
yeah, I don't know. Go for it.
This is like, they say that one of the reasons it happened is because somebody unfriended another person.
Well, then I need to be killed about 45 times.
Yeah. I've deleted my Facebook, so...
yeah, dead.
I have a bunch of aims on my head for that.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Sheltered Janelle Potter lived with her parents, Marvin and Barbara Potter, in East Tennessee. You've been to Tennessee, right?
No, I've been to Memphis. Oh no, that is in Tennessee. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was thinking Nashville.
Tennessee is the
Yeah,
state.
no. Yes, I have been to Tennessee. Yeah.
Okay.
I really want to do that game where you name all the 50 states and see if you can do it, like on Friends.
Yeah.
Do you think you could do it?
I'm sure I could.
Should we try and do it and then see what we come up with next week? No Googling.
Okay, that might be a little bit boring for our listeners, but
Well, Rachel, I've got a lot of time on my hands.
oh,
I don't know
we
what you
could do
want
that
from
as
me.
like a bonus Patreon episode.
Shit, that reminds me. We have a Patreon supporter.
We'll shout her out at the end. Thanks for supporting us.
Rachel's just so keen to get to murder.
So they're in Mountain City, which is a really small town. It's not a city at all. It's like 2,500 people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the exact opposite from Memphis. It's like 10 hours the opposite way.
That's mental.
Yeah. So East Tennessee. In 2011, Janelle was about 30 years old and she had never lived away from her parents' home. She didn't have a lot of friends in the small town of Mountain City, and she had an array of health problems that kept her homebound for most of her life.
Sorry, I take that back.
It's weird.
Okay,
So,
we'll see.
Yeah, she also has like kind of a girly voice. Like she's never really like grown out of that.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah. Her parents were extremely overprotective. Her dad, Marvin, aka Buddy, was a retired Marine Vietnam vet he was on an oxygen tank for most of the time. And Barbara monitored a lot of what Janelle was doing, including checking in on her Facebook.
Oh, get out my face.
Yeah, 30 years old.
Yeah.
Janelle spent a lot of... Just, get out of my face, book.
And my face.
Yeah. Janelle spent a lot of time online, friending many people in their town. They also weren't from that town. They had moved there, I think, in like 2005. So they made a 2020 episode on her.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, yeah, we moved there. People from that town don't like it when you're not from there, and they don't like you very much. And that's obviously like bullshit.
Or you're the common denominator and you're really weird.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the problem.
Yeah.
Rather than a whole town.
So she just started talking to people online since she couldn't really go out very much. And she used Facebook as a way of being social. Soon she befriended Tracy Greenwell. Tracy worked in a pharmacy where Janelle would go and pick up her medications.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy felt sorry for Janelle, and she knew that she was sheltered and didn't have that many friends. So she began inviting her to social events. They would go to the mall together. She invited her over for dinner, just being nice to her.
That is sweet.
Yeah. Janelle began meeting more people within the social circle, and she soon developed a crush on Tracy's brother, Billy Payne. Billy was friendly to Janelle, but he didn't return the feelings. He was just a regular guy in his 30s. Tracy and Billy were just like really nice and gave her attention.
I can't wait to see what these people look like. It's going to be good.
Billy, he's not bad looking. He's just a regular working class guy.
Better or worse looking than Ted Kennedy? You're answering seriously.
Yes, I'm considering it.
That's a fucking joke. But I am interested now. Is better or worse?
It depends
Kennedy,
on your
fans.
type. Billy was just like tall. He had kind of a beard, like light
Sounds
brown
good so
hair.
far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just regular guy. He didn't return Janelle's feelings, but Janelle kept telling her new friends that she really wanted a boyfriend. She's never had a boyfriend before. So,
God.
yeah. So instead, Tracy set Janelle up with her cousin, Jamie Curd. The two began a secret relationship. Jamie would often visit the Potter home as he was known to fix computers. So he would come over and he started making friends with Marvin and Barbara. and say like, oh, I'm coming over to fix your computer or whatever. And then
broke a lot, did it?
I'm sure.
Always broken, was it?
Yeah. So he became closer with Janelle's parents, and he also gave Janelle a secret cell phone for them to stay in touch.
Cool, spicy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Janelle kept her crush on Billy, contacting him on Facebook and seeing him at group events. Things took a turn when Billy began a serious relationship with Billie Jean Hayworth. So this is a little bit confusing because
Billy and Billy.
Yeah, Billy and Billy. So I'm going to call Billie Jean. Billie Jean is the woman, obviously.
Yeah, okay.
So Billy and Billie Jean met through their work, and they soon moved in with each other. Janelle felt betrayed, but continued her online friendships and added Billie Jean as a friend on Facebook.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking hate it when you get a friend request and you're just like, oh, I don't want to be friends with you.
I know. And also when it's like a small town, it's like, it's weird if you
don't accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then next time I see you, they're literally going to be like, why didn't you accept my friend request?
Right.
And yeah.
There's just a weird, and if you don't say anything, if you don't mention it, then
social
there's just a weird,
fucking
awkward
minefield. It's just a minefield of social awkwardness.
Yes.
But yeah, okay. So I'm assuming Billie Jean just bites the bullet and goes, fair enough, I'm accepting you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at this time, Janelle started telling people that she was being bullied online. She was receiving messages and Facebook posts from random accounts telling her that she was ugly and also threatening her with rape.
Oh, dear.
Janelle's mother responded to these posts, asking the random posters to leave her daughter alone.
Listen, it's Janelle's mother here.
This is Barbara.
I love it.
Barbara
This is
here.
Babs. Hi, Babs.
Leave my daughter alone.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Give it a rest, as my mum would say.
Yeah. Janelle also began telling her family that both Billy and Billie Jean were harassing her online, with Billie Jean supposedly telling Janelle that she was, in quotes, too pretty to live.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Rachel, I've heard it myself many times.
I get it all the time.
Curse. It is a curse.
And not to be mean or anything, but
well, I can tell where this is going.
Yeah.
Should we just leave it at that?
Yeah.
Okay.
At one point, the Potter family found, in quotes, rocks in their yard with Billy Payne and Billie Jean's names on them. They called the police, and police took pictures of them. And it's just rocks, like hand-sized rocks that just have their names on them.
Okay, that's pretty incriminating. If you are Billie Jean and Billy, I'm going to chuck this rock.
Idiot.
But just before I chuck it, I better write my name on it. Is this your rock or my rock? Because I don't want us getting mixed up here. I want this specific rock to chuck. Okay, we'll put my name on it and I'll come and get it later.
Yeah.
To throw at that Janelle's house because she's too pretty to live.
We can't mix our names up.
No. Amazing.
So things escalated to the point where Jamie Curd, the guy that was secretly dating Janelle and who was cousins with Billy Payne, he ended up getting into a fight with Billy because Janelle was telling him about the jealousy and the mean and the bulliness, the bullying.
It's your podcast. You can say whatever you want.
I'm making up words.
Whatever. It's really hot.
So Jamie and Billy got into a fight, and it was just
Billy must just be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you on about?
But both Billy and Billie Jean were just like,
piss off.
Yeah.
I'm busy having a life.
Right. Exactly. So it seemed that Billy and Billie Jean had had enough. They had just had a baby boy and they wanted a normal life. Yeah, they just had a baby.
That's the last thing you need.
Right. So Janelle had apparently recently told a friend, this is apparently, that she wanted the couple and even the baby to die.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think Billy and Billie Jean heard that and they filed a harassment complaint against Janelle, and then they unfriended her on Facebook.
Good for you. Feel
Yeah.
free to unfriend anyone you with. I just think blocking is the best thing in the world.
It's so healthy.
Oh my god, it's so good. I will block a motherfucker for anything.
Yeah.
Like, punctuation annoys me if they get it wrong. Blocked. Like, I will block anyone. And everyone's like, oh my god, I can't believe you do that. And I'm like, this is so basically, there was somebody who listened to our podcast, but it's like a really old friend of a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I assume they listened because they commented on the Instagram. And they said, there was a review, and it was a really nice review of our podcast. And he said, oh, you can't write your own reviews. And I was like, do you know what? Don't come on my Instagram and try and, like, take me down a peg or two.
What?
Like, how about well done?
Yeah.
Like, you had to put in a sarky comment. It really annoyed me. So
Who
I
are
blocked
you?
him. So I blocked him. So I'll fucking block anyone.
Yeah.
So I blocked him, and then he messaged my personal account going, why did you block me? And I was like, you pissed me off saying this. He was like, I can't believe you blocked me for that. I was like, listen, this isn't a democracy. It's a dictatorship, and I am at the head of it. So, of course I blocked you. You don't have a right
You're
to be on
into
that.
my house, onto
Exactly.
my Instagram.
And calling me a cunt. Like, you didn't. But, yeah, I was just like, nah, fuck off. He was like, well, I didn't mean it like that. And I was like, I said, I don't appreciate white men trying to take me down a peg or two. And he said, I didn't mean to. Plus, I think it'd take a lot to take you down a peg or two. I was just like, haha. And then never
Okay.
replied. Yeah, still blocked. And if you're listening, fuck you.
Losing listeners by the minute.
Oh, whatever. People like a bit of pep.
Last week we lost all of our Juggalo listeners. This week
Now we're losing all the white men. It's fine. There's more than enough white women to make up on the true crime spectrum.
Exactly.
There's thousands and thousands.
There's thousands. So they unfriend Janelle. At this time, Barbara, Janelle's mother, began receiving messages from a man called Chris from the CIA.
Oh, why is it always the MI5 and the CIA and the
FBI.
that? If someone says that, immediately block them.
Yeah. Or just talk to them a little bit, see what they're all about, you know?
Because you know what you can't do when you're in the CIA? Tell people you're in the CIA.
Yeah. Apparently he was a rogue agent.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. So Chris told Barbara that he was surveying their house and that Janelle's life was in danger. He said that people were threatening to capture Janelle, rape her, and cut her head off.
Jesus.
Those people, according to Chris from the CIA, were Billy Payne and Billie Jean Hayworth.
Obviously not. Obviously they don't care. I don't think people of her parents' age understand the internet well enough. I feel like I could trick my parent, well, maybe not my dad, but my mum, I could trick her into thinking something like that.
Yeah.
She'd be a bit like, confused.
Like, we know that the internet is just full of deceit and lies.
It's just a fucking Wild West shithole.
But our parents' age people are.
They're
just
convinced
like,
by scams
if I read
and stuff.
it's true.
Yeah, and I just think if Janelle is manipulative, then she probably could have convinced her parents of this fairly easily.
And also, she lives with her parents, so this is what they said on the 2020 episode. She knew exactly how to like
push
get to the
buttons
heart
kind
of it.
thing.
Yeah, get to the heart of it. And
Yeah.
So they were threatening to capture Janelle. Chris from the CIA had also been contacting Janelle, telling her that she needed to watch out and that he was watching everyone leaving the house and knew exactly what they were doing.
What's his motivation?
I don't know.
Why
He was
would he
just
care?
a rogue agent. Also, Nancy Grace did an episode on this.
That fucking idiot.
She's just so funny because she's like, a rogue agent in the town of Mountain City, 2,500 people, just being a guardian angel over this family. No.
I can't believe she was ever a prosecutor. Like, I suppose
know.
was it in Texas she was a prosecutor? It must have been. It simply must have been.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, actually.
It was a southern state because she's got a southern accent, hasn't she?
Yeah.
But yeah, some fucking dipshit hired her to be a prosecutor. She's so bloodthirsty. She gets the scent of someone in her nostrils and she's just like, I don't care if you're guilty or innocent, I'm gonna fucking kill you in an electric chair. It's just like, whoa.
So she's just commenting throughout this 2020 episode as well, and her comments are just gold. Barbara went to Buddy, who had also supposedly been in the CIA. I didn't see any proof of this, but it's what the family had said, and he had apparently
Neither did they.
Yeah. And
to be fair.
Yeah, so Barbara convinced Buddy that they had to take matters into their own hands.
Okay.
So this is the a little bit horrible bit.
Okay.
On January 31st, 2012, the bodies of Billy Payne and Billie Jean Hayworth were found in their home. They had both been shot in the head, and Billy Payne's throat had been cut.
Oh my God, and the baby?
The baby was fine, but he was in the room with Billie Jean.
Oh, thank God they didn't kill the baby.
Yeah, so the neighbors came and found them in the home, and they said it was like eerily quiet, like the baby was just sitting there with his mom.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So neighbors found them with the infant son still alive and unharmed, and they immediately called 911. It was a couple, and the woman, she knew CPR, and you can hear the 911 call, and the operator is like, "Can you try CPR?" And she's like, "They're already dead.
Cold, hard, dead."
Yeah. As soon as police began investigating, they knew something was not right. There was no robbery, and the murders had been done execution style. Investigators began interviewing those closest to them, and the Potters' names, as well as Jamie Curd, were repeatedly mentioned. Investigators also learned of the supposed feud between Janelle and the couple. Detectives brought in Jamie Curd, who initially denied any involvement. He completely failed a polygraph test when they asked him if he knew who had killed Billy and Billie Jean.
Yeah.
At one point during the 6-hour interview, Jamie timidly asked if anyone from the CIA was there.
He's not all there either, is he?
I don't know if he was the smartest. The investigators obviously had no idea what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
When they followed up on that question later on, Jamie began to unravel, telling the investigators that a man named Chris from the CIA told him to protect Janelle at all costs. He eventually revealed that it was Buddy who committed the murders. Police asked him to call Buddy while they recorded the message. During the call, Jamie asked Buddy if he had hidden everything that they had used, to which Buddy replied that he did.
So that's her dad? That's Janelle's dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Buddy Marvin.
Fucking hell! Yeah. What is this girl, Manson? She's done a fucking cracking job.
I don't know. You have to watch the 2020 episode too, because they interview her, they interview her mom.
What has she got to say for herself?
Oh my gosh,
Okay, sorry, it's going to ruin the story. So yeah.
So when they made that call, that was enough for police to get a search warrant, and in the middle of the night, they headed to the Potter home, and they brought Buddy in for questioning.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in for questioning, and then they searched the house. During the search, investigators took the family computer and found photos of Billie Jean around the home. It was like someone had printed up her Facebook photos and just like ripped them up. Some of the photos had like bitch written across them.
God.
It's just a movie. It's a movie.
Yeah, it really is.
They also found over 60 guns in and around the house. They loved guns.
Tennessee, innit?
They were hanging on the wall. They were next to Buddy's oxygen tank. They were under the mattresses.
That sounds dangerous.
They were behind doors. Just there's photos, and it's just like pile of guns here, pile of guns
fucking
there.
Armory.
Yeah. And to quote Nancy Grace, they had guns out the yin yang.
She is such a fucking She's just so weird.
She is.
I don't know if I like her or hate her. I can't decide.
I know, same. She's
really
just
can't.
Pure entertainment value. Like, don't believe anything she says, but just, I watch her as a comedian.
Yeah, like she's really funny, but like if she was prosecuting you and you hadn't done it, you'd be like, get out of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd want to punch
it's not
her.
funny when it meddles with people's real lives, but like she is fucking hilarious sometimes without meaning to be.
Yeah. So they find guns everywhere. None of the weapons they found matched the murder weapon, though. Investigators found the secret cell phone between Jamie and Janelle that read texts from the day of the murder. It was basically like, let me know when you get back. Oh, my dad's heading out now. Something like that.
Okay.
Barbara was stopped by the police from ripping up some of the documents that they had around the house.
Barbara, be cool.
Yeah, they interviewed the investigator and he was like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? Give me that.
Yeah, Jesus.
And then they also took the car and they found 3 trash bags full of shredded paper in the back of the car.
It's like, you think someone is incapable of putting those 2 pieces of paper back together? Burn it, idiot.
Oh, yeah, and they were also like, interviewed one of the investigators and they were like, this poor woman had spent a month of her life taping those pieces of paper back together.
Yeah, that's someone's job. And reading those texts, that secret cell phone, I bet they were disgusting.
Yeah.
I bet the texts on there were vile. Want to put my blank in your blank.
Yeah. So they questioned Buddy while they were searching the house. They questioned him over the course of 4 hours. And also this was in the middle of the night.
Ugh.
He told them of the threats on him and his wife and Janelle's lives. He admitted that someone had threatened to rape and kill Janelle and that he wanted to protect his family. That's kind of as far as they got with a confession, but they let him
From
call...
Buddy or from Jamie?
From Buddy.
Buddy, yeah.
Yeah. They let him call Barbara, where they were able to record a confession where he told her that he did it. And she's just like, well, just don't say anything. Just say that you're innocent.
Again, just like they've forgotten that they're being recorded at all points.
Right. When investigators brought in Janelle and Barbara, they claimed that they had no idea what was going on. Barbara even went as far as to suggest that Buddy didn't have his medication or his oxygen while they were interviewing him over the 4 hours. And when he doesn't have that stuff, that sometimes he can say things that don't make sense.
Can he murder people? Because it seems like that's what he's done.
Yeah. Over the next month, those shredded documents were meticulously taped back together.
Oh, God.
And were found to be the correspondence between Chris from the CIA and Barbara and Janelle. They also traced the IP address of the emails from Chris from the CIA, leading them straight back to the Potter home and
Pop
Janelle's
a VPN
computer.
on.
Janelle had catfished her parents and boyfriend to commit murder.
Oh, okay, so how did it go down?
She started emailing Barbara saying that she was from the CIA. Barbara went to Buddy with these printed up emails.
I'm not getting up and walking over to a screen. Fuck off. Print it off and bring it over.
Saying that they had to do something about it. And then I don't know how she got away with having another secret cell phone, but she had also texted Jamie saying that she was from the CIA and basically convinced them that Billy and Billie Jean were threatening their life.
So do you remember last week, that fucking woman who murdered Sadie Hartley, she changed the license plate on her car, but she just took her phone with her. And it's the same with this. It's like you go to all that length, but then you don't change your IP address, which is like really easy to do.
Know. Yeah.
Or you don't burn the paper, you shred it. Like these are silly mistakes on top of what seems like something that's really well thought through.
Right. And she has thought it through, because remember at the beginning I said that she was getting random Facebook posts and messages from random accounts telling her that she was ugly and stuff like that. Those were also accounts that she just made up, and she wanted people to feel sorry for her. So she would tell people like, oh, I'm being bullied online, and her mom or Tracy, her friend, or even Billy Payne, she would tell them like, oh, these random people are telling me that I'm ugly. And
I can't believe a lovely couple that met at work with a lovely little baby are just dead.
Yeah.
She's just a narcissist. So 2 people are dead now. Baby is parentless. And they were doing nothing.
All they did was the healthy thing, which was unfriend her on Facebook. The healthiest thing that you could do when someone is being toxic in your life over Facebook.
cut it out like the cancer that it is. That is my attitude.
The media, especially like locally, were all over this story, and the thing that they focused on was like, this couple was murdered for unfriending a person on Facebook, and it was like, obviously it was more than that, but that's what they focused on. So
it was because he rejected her.
Exactly, yeah.
And
she was jealous of Billie Jean. And she kept telling people that Billie Jean was jealous of her because she was too pretty.
Oh my God.
So, after a week-long investigation, Marvin, aka Buddy Potter, and Jamie Curd were arrested. There was a lot of good police work. Like, they were arrested pretty much straight away.
They don't seem to have a lot on, though. They're a really small town.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Both were charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. In August 2013, 8 months after the murders, Janelle and Barbara were arrested.
Yeah, I guess they just had to find something to arrest them for.
Right. Janelle's father was the first to go to court. After a 3-hour deliberation in October 2013, Marvin Potter was sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences. During his sentencing of Potter, Judge John Carey Blackwood noted the particular cold-hearted nature of the circumstances and that Potter showed little to no regard for human life. He also said it was one of the most bizarre court cases he's ever had.
Yeah.
Jamie Curd went for a plea deal and he received 25 years in prison.
That was clever.
Barbara and Janelle were tried together in May 2015. A surprise court witness took the stand. The real Chris turned out to be a high school classmate that hadn't seen Janelle in 15 years. Janelle had stolen pictures from his Facebook to use on the fake profile for Chris from the CIA.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, imagine just being called up and being like, hey, were you ever in the CIA? We need you to come to court because someone you knew in high school 15 years ago. Just
you would be like, don't call here again. Just put the phone down. That's what I do. So, stop calling this place.
Yeah. And they also had, in the court case, they had a bunch of different witnesses. That Tracy, Janelle's friend, was there. Another friend. You know, it was just like everyone was there.
Well, the whole town, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
Nearly.
So both Janelle and Barbara were sentenced to life in prison, found guilty of first-degree murder. Both of them will be eligible for parole in 2071. And that is the Facebook murders.
That is so far away. Her mum is bound to be dead by then, surely.
Yeah, and
in 50 years.
Like, she's in the 2020 episode, and she's basically throwing her daughter under the bus. She's just like,
it's too late for that kind of shit.
Yeah, she was just like, I didn't say that. I didn't rate those emails. And then the interviewer is like, so Janelle did? And she was just like, probably.
She might just be as mad as Janelle, and that's why it's just like one big like emotional fuck pie.
Right.
But like,
also a whole family in jail. Like, that's the end of your lineage.
I don't think Janelle was going to go out there and get a guy. Well, to be fair, it's probably not that hard to go out and get someone to get you pregnant. But like, you know, she wasn't going to carry on the family name. Like, I think they were all just going to die in that house, and then no one would have discovered them for years, and she would have just been sat at her computer like a corpse. Like, and the mum and dad would just be in the chair with his oxygen tank on.
Actually, I just remembered they do have an estranged, like Janelle has an estranged sister, so she stopped talking to them like long before this happened. So
she did just like IRL block. She just blocked them and walked off. Yeah, good for her.
Right.
She could have been embroiled in this.
I know. And they did interview her at one point, and she said that the parents completely sheltered Janelle and, you know, told her that everyone loved her, but then also told her that she was special and you know, people didn't understand her, and just creating this like weird complex of like
bit of a Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Munchausen-y type situation.
Right.
Munchausen by proxy or whatever. Well, I can't wait to Google these people.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send you
Only in Tennessee.
the 2020 episode. Hopefully you can watch it. But there's a bunch of
different please.
things online that you can watch on this story.
Do you know what? Now you've said it, I remember it. But yeah, obviously it's a complicated story, so I've forgotten all the ins and outs, which are just crackers. So yeah, that was great. Well done.
Thanks. Yeah. Let's give a shout out to our Patreon supporter.
Yeah. So Emily, I'm not sure if she'll want her second name read out, so I just won't. But Emily is a friend of the show, fan of the show, and she has gone in at the tier 1 level, which means she gets a sticker. She gets this shout out and My Undying Love. So
yay! And mine too, but I've never met her.
Oh, she's great. Great, really funny.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Emily. And
thank you,
if you would like to support us on Patreon, please do that. You could get a sticker and there's more to come.
If you want My Undying Love, go to patreon.com. Yeah. You have to go and record another podcast because you're just so fucking cool. So I'll let you go, Rachel.
And until next week.
Speak soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to Transatlantic Crime this week. If you liked what you heard, please rate, review, and subscribe.
And if you'd like to follow us on social media, you can find us on Twitter at TransatCrimePod, Instagram at Transatlantic Crime, and on Facebook with Transatlantic Crime Podcast.
Thanks, bye.